I am not familiar with the term. Okay, let's just take a second and look at volcanic. Look at this transmog, man. That is one sexy freaking transmog. Is that a transmog or is that just the gear?
That's the transmog, man. I'm pretty sure.
That is a baller transmog.
He's the only gnome monk in the world. You know that, right?
Really?
He's the last gnomerider. Gnomerabender. Gnomerabender. The last gnome bender.
So this is RMD versus TSG. Or no, it's Windwalker DK. What? So
RMD versus Windwalker DK Pally, man. Jìmjim just came off the last tournament. Unfortunately, they took 4th place, and they're coming here. They want some money. They're hungry. They're playing all day. Tournament after tournament after tournament.
Dude, it's all about them WoW esports, buddy.
Is this Waz and Talby and Raikou on different named characters? Or
No.
This is completely different people, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Snap on a Voltariux, man. They're opening up on the Volkovitch with the deep freeze on a Jìmjim. 3v1 as the kidney follow-up comes through. He desecrated grounds out of it. He's in blood presence preemptively. He uses the AMS as well. He pet stuns the rogue here. He's trying to swap over with the Breath of Cinder Gosa. The Gargoyle even coming out. Cenarion Ward came out from Stoinkenøv there, but he used it on himself. A bit of a waste there. A blunder from Stoinkenøv here. Daisyduke getting swapped to now as well. Volkovitch and Voltariux trying to put the pressure out here early on.
Yeah, I mean, this RMP or RMD didn't really get that many defensive cooldowns out of this Windwalker DK team in the opener there, but same can be said for the other team. But there's combat readiness coming out from Táylr. He's taking a little bit of the pressure here, but they're switching over to Daisyduke. Daisyduke now dipping down. Stoin not in any CC though, so Daisy should be completely fine. But there's the stun as he gets grip back on his blink. Daisy could be in a little bit of trouble here. Táylor's trying to get offensive with his killing spree, but getting nothing out of it.
It did nothing.
It literally
Absolutely
did nothing. There's the Hodge on the Táylor as well.
Daisyduke dipping lower and lower. The stolen poly thrown into the Druid. He blocks at 5% HP, almost escaping the touch of death there. Almost not escaping, that is. Voltariux gets cheaped up by Táylr. Deep freeze on a Jìmjim. 3v3 once again on a Volkovitch. The full kidney follow-up. He's going to Icebound Fortitude out of that. He's camping in the blood presence. He knows that he's the primary kill target, and he's doing a great job defensively. He's going to AMS now to mitigate some of the damage coming out from Daisyduke. Stoken pushes in. He lands a full clump, but he gets paralyzed. Volkovitch dipping lower here. The smoke bomb comes in. Ice Nova connects. Going to proc the Saved by the Light. Avenging Wrath or Master up from Jìmjim. Should top him off though in the nick of time, and now we're waiting for that asphyxiate. We're waiting for the paralyzed CC to come out on Stoiken to pressure Daisy into that final block.
Yeah, Daisy though, I mean, this RMD is on the back foot. The stun goes out once again on the Daisy, and there's the grip once again on the blink into, but Táylor's in some trouble. He's got Ironbark Cenarion Ward. He should be okay for now, but this Windwalker DK team is getting all of the defensive cooldowns out from this RMD. There's the full poly onto Jìmjim, the Cyclone onto Volt, but Volko, he's taking a lot of damage. He's in blood presence, and AMS is going to be forced there as the full Cyclone lands onto Jìmjim.
Yeah, there's so much cross CC. Volkovitch is finally running out of cooldowns. A poly on a Jìmjim. He might have to bubble it. He bubbles out of the half clone. Voltariux gets polyed. He should be able to heal up, but he gets cloned, and Stoken denying all of this healing from Jìmjim's bubble. And when that fades, that means that Daisy can push in, try and land that deep freeze poly. He's got it available. He blinks in. He's got 5 icicles as well lined up to tee off onto Volkovitch. He has nothing left. They need the CC. Jìmjim gets locked out. Full deep lands. He could just go down. He Lichborns. He can't use the death coils when he's corroded though. Jìmjim has to trinket. He throws the sacrifice out to mitigate through all these polymers that can follow up. He's going to keep him alive, but now he gets full blind. He has no trinket. He's on forbearance still, I believe, and Volkovitch has to AMS. Now the stun onto Stoken, but this game is turning around. It's starting to look more and more grim for Volkovitch.
Yeah, 36 seconds on that AMS. If Volkovitch can survive until then, the Hand of Sacrifice coming out from Jìmjim, trying to prevent that damage in the CC from Daisyduke. Daisyduke, though, he's taking quite a bit of the pressure. He's got that Ironbark up and Cenarion Ward on himself. He's going to be okay for now. The killing spree coming out onto Volkovitch. The deep freeze onto Jìmjim. This could be it right here. He's at 50% here. The cross CC coming out. The full polymorph onto Jìmjim, but AMS coming out from Volk. He should be okay for now as the polymorph is going to fade right now into the full Cyclone, and they're just continuing to push into this DK, but the DK is completely fine. He's at 72% health here. He's got Gargoyle out. He wants to get offensive. Full Cyclone goes out onto Stone. Daisyduke at 50% health here. He's got 1 block available to him. Cold Snap in 30 seconds, but is he going to have to block here? I'm not sure. The full Hodge goes out onto Stone. He's at 40%. Gargoyle's still chewing him apart. Oh, and the block is going to be forced very close to touch of death range there. He's going to be okay for now, but now Táylor taking some of the damage.
Yeah, and Taylor's just peeling here. He pops the adrenaline rush. He has to get to this red buff, and he has to get to it quick. Daisyduke is out of blocks. Stoken's running out of mana. Jìmjim in the poly, though, they've got the setup. Volkovitch has the AMS. He needs to activate it. He gets it off, but the killing spree coming out from Táylr. Daisyduke, though, the Breath of Cinder Ghost is spewing all over him. Stoken trinkets. He gets gripped in. He gets the Genesis heals off top of him, and Volkovitch now on the back foot gets cloned up, low HP, denying the bop as Daisyduke's trying to switch the CC around. Stoken pushing in to try and get a cyclone. He's going to get stunned up. Half duration. The bop is fading. Jìmjim has to top him off here. He gets locked out, though. Saved by the Light's going to proc. Stoken goes for the clone. Lands the full clone onto Jìmjim. No outs. They need the damage, though. Where is it? Frost Shot onto Voltariux. Daisyduke going for the poly. Lands the deep. Triple CC 3v1 onto Volkovitch currently, and he's still tanking it out. The Live Lord himself. He's going to have Lichborn out of this. The smoke bomb comes out from desperation. Volkovitch throws the clone back onto Stoken, but no counter pressure. And counter pressure mounting right here, and he's going to live. Jìmjim finally out of the CC, and somehow, some way, Volkovitch pulls it off.
All right, man, we're dipping into dampening. We're at 1% dampening. The full Hodge goes out in the stone. He's at 20% mana. Now, Daisyduke does have a block available to him, but this DK Windwalker Monk are looking very good. The orb goes out from Daisyduke. He wants to get offensive, but he's got no health. This is killing spree as well onto Volka, but Daisyduke might need to block here very, very soon. The stun goes out onto Stoken. Daisyduke still has that Iron Bark up and keeping him offensive, but for how much longer? Jìmjim not into any CC. Volka just using that AMS, staying offensive, and as we get deeper and deeper into dampening, this DK Monk team is going to be very scary for this RMD. But Stoen, he's getting that drink off. This is a big deal. He's at 50% mana already, and they're just letting him get it. Daisyduke is at full health here, and that could be a huge problem for this Windwalker DK team going later into dampening.
Yeah, but Volkovitch has his trinket. He has his Lichborn for an emergency heal. Gargoyle coming up in 30 seconds. Dampening is mounting here. Higher and higher. Daisyduke blinks in for the Deep Freeze Poly. He's going to get leg swept on it. Nice denial from Volta. Jìmjim's just going to move away. Keep Volkovitch topped off. Stoken gets denied with that Paralyze. A Hodge on a Táylr. It looks like they're going to swap over to him temporarily. Splitting the DPS a bit. Now convening onto Daisyduke. Full stun onto Stoken. No trinket for 5 seconds. He has a block. Gets it off at 19%. Stoken should be able to heal through this as they swap over to Táylr, though. Voltariux and Volkovitch are everywhere. The Iron Bark and Snaring Ward had to be used on him. Stoken spamming out the heals now into the DR, paralyzed, trying to pressure now onto Daisyduke as he comes out of that final ice block. The Gargoyle's going to get popped. The pressure is mounting. Daisyduke blinks in, lands the full Deep Freeze Polymorph. Jìmjim's going to have to be careful here. Volkovitch gets kidneyed. He's going to get out of that with his trinket. Lichborn off heal himself back to full. Daisyduke gets locked out on the re-poly, goes for the Frost Jaw instead. Blazing speeds away, lands the half poly into the full cyclone, but there's just no damage. The killing spree needs to get here. He needs to get the red buff and get this rolling because the CC's fading onto Jìmjim. Daisyduke's falling behind. He gets gripped in the pet stun, leg sweep follow up, stun onto Stoken. Daisyduke getting crushed right now. Jìmjim gets locked out, but it doesn't mean too much as Daisyduke's the one under pressure. Snaring Ward comes out to try and heal him up. He gets locked out again. 30% HP remaining. Jìmjim gets deep. Kidney onto Volkovitch. Táylr got the killing spree there, but again, it didn't amount to anything. Volkovitch is going to AMS out of this to just continue sticking onto Daisyduke and put him into the ground.
Daisyduke's got nothing left, buddy. I mean, Stoken, he's having trouble. We're at 14% dampening at this point, and Daisyduke is just taking non-stop damage. He's at 40% health here. That's the full stun going out onto Stoken, and he has to trinket it. Táylr being forced to trinket too. There's the Iron Bark onto him. Whenever Daisyduke's not around, they just switch it over to Táylr and get the Iron Bark regardless. Daisyduke trying to get away. He's at 30% health here, 17% health here. He has no block left. If this team connects, he's gonna go down. He gets kicked on the polymorph. The Deep Freeze goes out into Jìmjim. He's trying to use this opportunity to get offensive, but Daisyduke, he's in a lot of trouble. Stoken has 1% mana. There's the leg sweep. This is also the oh, this is Smoke Bomb onto Voltar. This could be it for him, but I mean, he has Karma. He has everything available to them. I feel like this team definitely is their game to win. The Karma goes out onto the Rogue, and the Windwalker Monk is going to be completely okay for now.
Yeah, but the CC's not ending on Jìmjim. Daisyduke has stabilized. Stoken going for a drink in the meantime. Deep Freeze now onto Jìmjim.
Wow.
Garrote onto Voltariux. He's running out of cooldowns. Evasion gets popped by Táylr preemptively here, but Daisyduke is feeling the heat. He gets kicked on the poly, going for the Frostwells. Jìmjim's going to bubble here. He gets the bop onto Volta. Hodge onto Táylr. Stoken's not able to dispel that. He goes for the NS instead. He's going to sit that. I feel like a bit of a mistake there. Volta gets cloned up at low HP. They're trying to rotate the CC to Jìmjim. He's line of sighting, trying to kite away. Táylr shadow steps in. Volta's still at 50%. He could just go down. He paralyzes Táylr in desperation to try and kite away in line of sight. He goes for the off heals. Jìmjim pops the Avenging Wrath. He rebukes the Frost Tree. He's got the Avenging Wrath, but where's the healing? 40% HP remaining on Volta. He's trying to kite desperation mode. 13%. He might just go down. And in the turnaround, Daisyduke and Táylr are going to take down Poison Pets on the first round in the Grand Arena. Mana efficiency, man. Mana efficiency. Man, you're a paladin and you go, you got a problem, man. It's a pretty big problem, I feel.
Was I muted that whole time?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think you were muted the whole game, were you?
I hope not.
That would
I'm
be
sorry,
awkward.
I muted. I apologize for that. I hope I wasn't muted that whole game. Might have been just like muscle memory to unmute myself. Hopefully that's it. So the next map chosen by Jìmjim is going to be on Táylr Arena. Whew. Hey Hannah.
Jim loves Táylr, man.
Open that for me. Yeah.
I heard you got tickets.
I got a ticket! Me and Super are gonna go chill.
Did you get it
BlizzCon.
fairly though, or did someone else give it to you?
We had like a call of people to ensure that we all got tickets. So if like one person got in, then we'd help them in the next. So it worked out great. I couldn't get in fairly. I got slow clickers, man. I needed you to click for me, man.
You're going to BlizzCon as a cheater.
I'm just gonna go up to Holinka and be like, I cheated, man. Sorry. Just don't look at me. That's what I'm gonna do.
Bum bum bum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum bum.
Alright, everybody, the next map is gonna be Táylr Arena. I'll see you guys in there. I needed that. Tired yet, Super?
Nope.
For real?
Nope. Let's go all day, man. We are gonna go all day.
Yeah, we are. We are gonna be going all day.
We're gonna have to stop and get something to eat at the end of this. Hopefully it doesn't overlap into the next thing, but...
I don't think this won't, no. I don't think so. We have until 9. We have 5 hours to get through... Yeah, we have plenty of time, home dog. We have 5 hours to get...
Arena all day. Can you believe
all day,
that?
every day.
Morning, afternoon, and night. Tournaments happening here 24/7 almost at this point now on Twitch.
For real, man.
And Jìmjim, Volkovitch, and Voltariux have been playing in so many of them. They just want to make a break. They want to take first, and one of them, it's not looking too good so far. They had some decent pressure, but the RMD put it out to the late game, got some drinks off, and put Volta in the dirt. Volkovitch looks like he's pushing out to pull them out with a D&D. He's going to hold on to it, try and predict their movement a little bit. He doesn't manage to predict it. They're on the opposite side. Volta trying to find them now as well. He's going to get sapped. Táylr pushing in with the adrenaline rush. The kidney shot onto Volka. 3v1 once again, but he is in blood presence. He's going to be able to tank out this damage. He's trying to kite away from the rogue. He doesn't want to give him free sinister strikes, but he's going to shadow step immediately back onto his tail. And Jìmjim into another polymorph. Volkovitch has to use the AMS as a result. A well-timed paralyze here onto Daisyduke to deny the reoccurring polymorphs. Jìmjim gets out. He's going to be able to top him off.
Yeah, Volkovitch now, he's still going to be taking a lot of damage. There's the Garrote onto him to prevent his own self-healing. There's the full blind onto Jìmjim as well. The poly onto Volk. This is great cross CC. This is what they need. But he's getting offensive. He's got the breath going out onto Daisyduke. Daisyduke's going to land that full poly onto Jìmjim out of all that CC. But Volka, his health is going up somehow. That DK self-sustain heals. There's the orb coming out though. This is the smoke bomb as well. The frost shot onto Jìmjim. AMS being forced out by the DK and Lichborn heals. They're getting a lot of defensive cooldowns out of this DK. The gouge onto Volk too. This RMD definitely knows how to cross CC. There's a cyclone out of that onto the Windwalker monk. Jìmjim sitting in that line of sight, preventing more CC going onto himself. But now he's getting those denounces out as his DK is full health.
Speaking strategically, they're sitting on Volkovitch early game, so he has to camp blood presence. He isn't able to connect as well, but as I say that, the swap onto Táylr, Fist of Fury, trinkets at low HP, gets the cloak and the vanish off in the nick of time. A close call for Táylr, but he's going to escape. But as I was saying, they're just going to sit on Volka, wait for dampening, and make that swap later on. If they get a kill, like right now, that's just extra. They're just trying to drag the game out. Volka's going to AMS with the Save by the Light. Jìmjim leaving the last poly, unfortunately, into a full deep freeze. All the 5 Ice Lances just got unloaded. Jìmjim pops the Avenging Wrath to heal through that burst. Daisyduke gets locked on Frost. They're trying to put on the pressure, but Voltariux gets cloned up. Volka's still getting pressured. He has to camp the blood presence. It's not what you want to do as an Unholy Death Knight.
Not at all. Daisyduke still has 2 blocks left. He does get gripped back in. Táylr into that Hodge. I like the cross CC coming out from the setups of this Windwalker DK team, but I don't think it's enough quite yet to get anything. But Táylr now, he's taking damage once again. The denounce is coming in as well. Daisyduke getting interrupted on that polymorph, but I like this setup. Now they're going on to the Windwalker Monk now. That's the save by the light proc as Jìmjim is in that polymorph into another polymorph. Is this going to beat Karma already? Karma is actually used. Is it blocked off?
Yep.
No, it's on the
monk.
Rogue, yeah.
And they're swapping over to Stoken here. Volkovitch still camping blood. He knows that they're potentially going to go back. He gets cheap shot off of Stoken. He had to use his trinket and Barksian, though. A bit of an overlap as well as the Heart of the Wall. Still has the Iron Bark and a nest, but he's got to be careful. His mana is getting lower. He's going to have to go for a drink here soon. Looks like he's mounting to do so. Travel forms across the map. Maybe pushing in, actually. Maybe they want to go for the kill. Volkovitch rooted in the middle of the map, unable to catch up. Daisyduke pushes in a kitty onto Volta. Full blind onto Jìmjim. He has the bubble and 2 bops. He's choosing to try and sit through. Voltariux is just playing as the mug, kiting across the map. Cheat torpedoes to the other side. Flying serpent kick as well. Táylr going for the re-stealth. He actually got it. Volta could be in trouble back here. He throws the paralyze onto Táylr instead. Maybe setting him up to one-shot him. Is this the Galaxy Fist combo? Cenarian Fist and Iron Bar come up from Stoken there to save that swap, but a nice attempt from Volta nonetheless.
I like that. The patented Galaxy Fist combo. Daisyduke's dipping so low! And he's going to have to use that block. Holy crap, he got chunked so fast. There's the kidney shot onto Volk, the deep freeze onto Jìmjim. Daisyduke getting that polymorph, but he's going to have to bubble it. This is a lot of defensive cooldowns. They have 11 seconds left to make something happen on the Voltariux. Because Hand of or Touch of Karma is going to be back very soon. Now they're swapping over to the Druid as Stoin is put into that Fist of Fury. There's the leg sweep on the Táylr though. This could be a lot of damage. He's going to get out of that. He's going to press that feint button. He's going to be okay for now. But it looks like they're going to be on the Monk for the rest of the game here. Stoin actually gets a stealth off, tried to prevent the CC. Oh, but this is Smoke Bomb onto the Windwalker Monk. Jìmjim's put into that polymorph. This could be it. That's the Karma. But oh man, Soul Reaper's up on Stoin. He could just go down here. Táylr, he's going to go down. And Táylr, as Táylr was in trouble, Stoken.
Volkovitch just owned him. Volkovitch was like, Volkovitch smash. And just took him out, dude. That Night Elf got cut in half and chomped.
I have a replay for you boys just to see what exactly happened. I thought Táylr was going to go down as he had Touch of Karma on him and everything, but keep an eye, look at him. He's got Soul Reaper up on him at this point. He's at 10% health here, and that's going to be it. Iron Bar comes out, but it's just not enough at that point. Probably just not expecting that, and it is going to get tied up 1-1. Here we go, boys. Well then, I kind of want to play DK, man. That looks fun. Volkovitch smash. There it is, man. Alright, so that being said, it is going to be this RMD's turn to choose the map. That's a typical Venruki swap. What the fuck?
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Tied up 1-1.
Tied up 1-1. Up next, the map chosen by this team is going to be on Tiger's Peak Arena.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Alright, boys. I will see you in the map.
Ba-da-dun. Dmachine ate a tadpole.
Alright, everybody. I would just like to note that you probably shouldn't determine whether or not a class should be buffed or nerfed based on one matchup. Okay? Gosh. Oh, you guys talking about game balance. That was a pretty sweet swap coming out from Volkovitch. But you don't see that very often. You don't see a DK just randomly soloing a Druid. I feel like Stoin didn't really sense that happening. I mean, he had defensive cooldowns available to them, but he wasn't pressing them because it just was a DK, right? It was just unexpected. That's all.
Unexpected. But you can't afford to be unexpected in this game. It is going to be the final round. And Voltariux and Volkovitch are going to be feeling pretty confident after pulling that off. Volkovitch already charging in, trying to find them out of stealth. Not finding anyone so close to snagging the stealth. And now Taylor's going to push in, lands the sap on a Volta. Again, they're probably going to sit on Volkovitch in the early game, wait for that gargoyle to get shut down, wait until it's later in the match when Volta feels comfortable. And actually, it looks like maybe they're going to go on to Voltariux. Adrenaline Rush Kidney onto him. They're switching it up. He's going to Nimble Brew immediately in Portal back to line of sight with Jìmjim. Taylor trying to pursue after him. Another poly onto Jìmjim. The half-yard kidney from the Shadow Reflection. Taylor actually evasion there a bit offensively so he couldn't be stunned up. And now his Adrenaline Rush is going to be fading. He's got to get that red buff soon. And on the next push, they need to land the CC onto Jìmjim. Deep Freeze poly comes up in 8 seconds. That's when they're going to be looking for it. And Stoken actually is positioned very far away from his team. Maybe worried about a swap. Playing it a little bit scared this time around.
Yeah, they're going Daisyduke once again, but this time around they're not on the DK. Clap For Me Talby is actually going on the Windwalker Monk. There's the Hodge onto Táylr, though. This could be trouble for him. He's getting dipped down. There's the Fist of Fury out of it. He's going to have to trinket, and now his Druid is in that full stun. This is Killing Spree going out, but it's not getting much done. Stoen could be in a little bit of trouble. He's got Bark Skin, but is it going to be enough? There was the Shadow Meld coming out as well. He has Iron Bark available to him if he needs it, but he looks like he's going to be okay now as they swap the pressure going over on to Daisyduke. Táylr trying to get that stealth. He's going to get that re-stealth, and there's the cheap shot onto the DK. This RMD is going to stabilize for now. Cenarian War goes out onto Daisyduke, but this cleave of this Windwalker DK are constantly killing these Frost Mage pets, which is very, very annoying for Daisyduke.
Yeah, it's definitely annoying. Taylor's getting pressured really hard. That's the second evasion. So one of those Galaxy Fist swaps come out here, and Táylr could easily go down. He doesn't have a trinket for a minute, and I'm sure Volkovitch and Voltariux realize this. They're just pursuing after Daisyduke, trying to prevent the CC. Voltariux eating so many polymorphs right now. Jìmjim finally getting the dispel on it. Gargoyle comes out onto Daisyduke. Seems like they're going to commit to him. Voltariux pulling back with the Rogue. Maybe he's trying to set it up. The Death Grip onto the poly. Nice grip from Volkovitch denying that. And Voltariux has baited Táylr into the back line. The leg sweep comes out. Denounces are flying from Jìmjim. They're trying to 100-0 him in this Fist of Fury. They need a bit more damage. He gets the cloak off in time, and well attempted by Volta there, but not going to get anything out of it. And he's just going to remain kiting away from Táylr, trying to delay that red buff as long as he can. And Jìmjim should be able to heal him up as he portals to the other side of the tiger statue.
Yeah, he's just chasing down this monk. I think that Táylr might be looking for a re here pretty soon. Nope, he's just going to swap it right over onto Volka. And Voltar is actually doing a great job keeping Táylr in combat so he doesn't get that re-stealth. But there's the kidney shot onto Volk. This is Killing Spree as well. Is it going to be enough to take this guy down? I don't think so, as AMS is up. He's in Blood Presence. He's going to be okay. There's the kidney shot on to Volkovitch as the Frostjaw lands on the Jìmjim into the full polymorph. Volkovitch could be in some trouble here. He's going to end up using that. Lichborn's going to fall as well. There's another polymorph onto Jìmjim. Volka's dipping relatively low. He's at 55% health here. Jìmjim's finally out of CC. He looks like he's going to be okay for now, and I just realized why they call their team Toys and Pets. Jìmjim's constantly using globals for Toys and Pets.
He actually got locked out there. He execution sentenced there, and that's his big heal, and they're starting to cut through it. Deep Freeze onto Jìmjim, going for the Frostjaw. Leg sweep onto Táylr, though. Volta's setting up to try and one-shot him. The Iron Bar comes through. Is it enough? The Nature Swiftness and Combat Readiness had to be used on Táylr this time, and Volkovitch and Voltariux are committing a lot of their resources to Táylr, and it's to no avail so far, and Volka's dipping lower. Jìmjim has to use the Avenging Wrath as well as his Fireworks to heal up Volkovitch here. He tried to Dark Sim something. I'm not sure if he ended up getting anything useful. Life Bloom. A little bit of extra healing as Jìmjim goes into the Frostjaw. And he's still dipping low here. Táylr used the Killing Spree there. He vanished. Big Eviscerate crit. Cheap shots onto the team. Jìmjim bubbles in response, but Volkovitch gets cloned up at low HP, denying that bubble healing, and now they need to try and switch the CC over. Jìmjim's line of sighting fairly decently right now. He's going to be able to pick up Volka now. The RMD's in the position where they need to well-time the assault, and here it comes, man. It might be the 100-0 as Jìmjim gets cloned up. Táylr into the Fist of Fury. Bomb comes down, but he bopped him right before the bomb, and Voltariux is spam rebuffing to try and make sure the bop doesn't get purged off, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get it. He's going to sustain through. The poly's finally fading onto Jìmjim here, and he should be able to pick him up.
I love that he was spam rebuffing. That is so clutch. The deep freeze onto Jìmjim, and Volkovitch is just non-stop taking the pressure from this RMD. There's the kidney shot, the full poly. This is cross CC. That was saved by the light procking. AMS coming out as well. This is Orb, though. They could just get right through it. AMS is going to fade right now. He's very, very low. Jìmjim's out of CC. Execution sentence coming up, but it didn't do all that much. There's the frost shot out of it into the full polymorph. And Volka, he's dipping still. He's just constantly taking so much damage. damage from this RMD as they set up over and over and over again. The bop is actually going to get stolen by Daisyduke instantly into a kidney shot. Volko's in a lot of trouble here. Jìmjim's in that full cyclone. The AMS coming out from Volkovitch. He's at 4% health here, and he's going to go down. And clap for me, Talby is going to advance. Woo! There it is.
He bopped him 1 second before the kidney if he waited just a little bit longer.
I don't know,
or if the kidney came a second earlier.
Yeah, I don't know, but like at the same time, Daisyduke took that bop off instantly. Instantaneously. It's crazy. I feel like if, I don't know, I just said